Imagine a beautiful door right in front of you. Speak loud and clear. Who is coming through?
There's a sign on the door. It says council. I
Oh,
suppose
very nice.
I'm supposed to knock on the door.
Oh, very good, sir. Then go ahead and knock, please.
It's just starting to open
Is it opening in or out?
inwards.
Oh, very good. I believe that means you're supposed to go in.
Yes, it's open in and it's sliding. Uh, it's a two-part door, so it's sliding to left and right also.
Oh, very good.
There's people.
What do the people look like?
They are very different, all of them. It's like they are from different uh, different ETs or something.
Different species?
Yes,
What's the most interesting species that stands out? And in terms of description,
it seems like they have been waiting for me. We are going to sit down.
is there a place for you to sit?
Yes, it's a oval table with some shiny surface. It's not glass, but it seems like glass. And there are
The
some,
table itself?
yeah, the tabletop,
No, very good.
very shiny. There's light in the room, but no source for the light. There are no lamps or anything. It's just very bright, very very bright.
Very nice. If you look up at the ceiling, how was that shaped? If you can see the ceiling,
It's like we are in some kind of dome, or
a dome?
yeah, a little bit because there's no straight corners anywhere. It's rounded, and it's not so high to the ceiling. Maybe 15 feet or something.
Okay. And
And
as you just look around the room, is the room circular as well?
a little more oval, not total circular. It's little oval. Uh, it's it's longer in one direction and little shorter in another direction.
Understood. Has anyone acknowledged you yet?
Yeah, yeah. They nodded to me, and we all sat down now.
And did they present themselves as someone, or
Yeah,
did they?
we did that by we just smile at each other because we have planned this for a long time.
Ah, very good. Oh my good. The energy or they're flying through the screen. I'm very happy. So how?
It's flashing inside here now, like the vibration is raising. The vibration in this room is raising to get access to knowledge that we have to talk about.
Very good. And how many would you say there are?
We are we are 9 entities in here.
And are they going to channel and use your vocal cords to present this message or to present their information?
Yes, they will.
Oh, very good. And this council of nine, uh, if they had a designation or a particular name that anyone here could relate with or relate to, who would they be?
the Elder Orion Council. The Elders Orion Council.
The elders of the Orion Council.
Yes.
Ah, very good. And which dimension would you say that you're focused in this place?
We are in the 15th dimension.
Ah, very good. Welcome and thank you very much for taking our audience
You
and
are most welcome. And we were expecting you to participate in this because that you have a lot of questions that needed answer, and the question is also coming from us.
very good. And right now, as we're doing this session, and of course, I'm in the United States of America in Houston, Texas, and Lars is in Sweden on the other side of the planet. Our devices are picking up red light entities shooting across this screen. We can't see with the naked eye, but I'm absolutely sure it's our technology, these cameras that are picking it up. Could you explain who or what that is or what this is?
It's energy help to help Lars to raise to these vibrations. They are boosting him and support him in this mission you have now.
Understood. Very good. Thank you. First, if you have any message that you would like to share with us before we ask questions, we would be very appreciative for that.
We want to show you this because we're gathering in this different council to approach problems in the galaxy and in the universe that we are talking about how to come about any solution for the problems. We're doing this in a different area and in a different type of energy. We are able to connect to a knowledge bank that you should be perceived as a huge knowledge bank. And the knowledge bank is filling up from many, many energy sources in the universe. We tap into that to get knowledge to how come about a solution for the problems. And we have this purpose when we meet in this way to do some work together to put things in order that are out of order.
Understood. And out of what is the hugest or the most important uh, challenge that we're having in this process? And I would say a process of ascension or this energetic shift taking place. Is that what we're speaking about?
Yes, but not only on your planet, in the whole galaxy where you are located now.
Yes, exactly.
There is a huge energy boosting going on, and it can sometimes affect things in the reality for you on your planet. It can cause some disaster, natural disaster, and we try to shield you from getting hurt in this things going on, because that's not the purpose, but it's inevitable that this is going to happen. Earthquakes, volcanic volcanic activities, and so on, because the tectonic plates on your planet is very easily disrupted and move very easily. So we're trying to keep you safe from that because we are not after any disaster on the humanity.
What lengths can you actually take to assist the planet? And not just the planet, but all of the planets in this galaxy that are going through these transformations. What lengths can you?
We helping to filter the energy so it will not come into your reality in such high frequency that it will make any damage. We filter we're filtering it uh, with how can I say, we're filtering it like to entities that can affect energy levels, energy burst, and they slowing it down just for not causing any disaster.
Understood. Would any of those entities actually be physically incarnated on the planet with these abilities to help in this process?
Some of them are because they need to be in place where it's supposed to happen things, but most of them ain't. The most of them are outside your reality.
And the higher vibrate frequency bandwidths?
Yes, they are not. You are not able to perceive them directly in your 3D reality.
Understood. So that is the biggest challenge that this Orion Council of Nine is challenge faced with, uh, is the because the planet is expanding as well, is it not? Getting bigger.
Yes, in some way, in the rate that you are vibrating in a higher frequency, it's also expanding. Like your soul can be expanding when you're not held back in a physical manifestation, because it has to be able to cope with this frequency that you are going to get through. But we are not only focused on your planet. We're talking about the whole of this planetary system and also other places in the galaxy where you are located.
Understood. So I am really happy that you keep reiterating that. So in terms of all the light workers and the energy workers who are here on the planet, which I like to call the ground crew, when we're sending our energies, we should not just be sending it to the planet, but to the entire solar system. Unconditional love to help in this process with that.
It's good that you have an intention when you're sending this, but it's affecting whole of the universe, not only the planet system or the galaxy. It's resonating all that all that original energy of love is it's vibrating through all of the universe.
So then I like it would be in our best interest to send unconditional love to the universe in these times as we go through these this shift.
It's very helpful to hold that
Um,
level of energy into your soul. It's very helpful.
Very good. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. That's very pertinent information, and all those who listen into this, I know they'll receive that and understand it. Um,
We will
I
also
have,
we will also address some
please.
different kind of challenge you have in front of you in your 3D reality. You have to understand that some energy you're holding into you is holding you back in a negative way to be able to ascend in a higher frequency. You're holding you back in keeping the inside you the energy of fear, the energy of hatred, the energy of envy, and it's very important for you to release that out of your reality. And it's important for all living being on your planet to release that energy that holding you back in this 3D level.
That's very understood. I don't want to make excuses for us, but the power system here is very skewed. We have a small group of people with a lot of power and that are intentionally uh, brainwashing the masses and doing things and such to where they're sort of feeding this negativity and this fear and this jealousy and this rage and this opposition to purposely keep us from expanding and ascending to higher vibrations. But we're
Yes, but you're getting help in that also, and bigger and bigger masses of you are tapping into what's happening, and when it's revealed for you, then then you are able to change that reality. You are able to, the more you are gathering together in the same purpose of getting something better out of this, then the bad energy will fade away. But because it cannot hold on to that reality anymore, because you're aware of what they are doing to you, and you will not take that. And you are now getting a lot of help in that, showing for you, reveal for you that's what's going on in your
excellent.
reality, and not affecting anything good. So we help you with that also. You can just recall the what's going on in your country now. That there's so much being revealed in this timeline that you're going to shift the elite in the top. That so much is coming up on the table that before could be able to hide for you, but it's not able anymore. It's revealed. It's obvious for you that these things going on is not a good thing. So you are changing slowly but safely, changing the perception of that.
Excellent. I perceive that, and I'm thinking that it's gonna, even as we're traversing areas of space, this whole system here, that is also helping because that those low vibrations can't handle this high vibration. Is that accurate?
It's not able to hold on to that low vibration for any longer time, because when everything is put up on the table, it will just disappear automatically. It will just be revealed. It's like you got the knowledge that you have insight into what's going on. It's not possible for them to do anything behind your backs anymore. They are not able to do secret experiment behind your back, because you are now seeing through that. So yes, it's it's good that this is happening, and the higher vibration will cancel out the lower vibration in a long time. But you can uh, put a boost on
So
this, like if you get rid of all that holding you back in yourself, in your personal individuality and not only for the masses. If you look inside yourself and release that you're holding on to, that is also very helpful.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We received that. And I'm sure, like I said, we're doing our part. As many people who come across this will just will help reinforce their action or the activity that they're doing within themselves to bring about and to be a booster for uh, our ultimate desires. So
That is possible because you are a part of this council also. So you're tapping into our knowledge and spreading in it out to the masses, and that's good.
I actually had. Is there anything else before it's sort of some of my questions that I have sort of relate to this information that you just brought forth and the challenges that we're having here. Um,
We just want to once again remind you of looking into yourself and realize what you're holding on to, all perceptions that holding you back, all fears that holding you back. It's, it's only then you will be able to release that out of your reality, out of your energy field. And that is so very important now.
so, say for instance, we have a group of people who are talking about, I'll say, the Dark Fleet and talking about the Illuminati and the Dark and all of their plans and missions and everything that they're doing. I've just been right up of late, I've been writing about how we should stop okay, yes, we know they're there, we know they exist, but we should stop focusing on them and really focusing on what we desire to manifest, because I feel like everyone paying such close attention and following that particular I say narrative as far as I'm concerned. They're presenting the narrative as they tell us what they're doing and how they're doing it and how powerful they are and all that is. I think we should be focusing on where we're trying to go as opposed to where we've been and what's been done.
The less you pay attention to that kind of message, the easier it's for you to release. This is a typical example of holding on to fear and then trying to affect you in a way to keep you holding on to the fear because it's coming from your elite. And they're putting out a lot of false information just to hold them back. This in it's not possible for them to hold him back in this energy shift, and they're trying desperately to keep you still in fear. So they do this in that kind of messages. If you
Yeah, and
don't
there's
pay any attention to it, it will die out.
excellent because there's thousands of people listening to that message weekly and twice a week as a matter. And so it's just I very good here.
There's many methods they try to use now to keep you in fear, to keep you. They're doing what you call the fear mongering, and they understood that they are still possible to affect many of you that are unsecure and are not sure what's going on. That's why it's so important for you to spread this message, because you're reaching out for more and more and more of your planets when you're doing this. So it's so very important to
Very
do
good.
this.
The red beams of light that are helping Lars with this session, are they also a sign of protection as well?
Yes, he is total protect.
Because
And
as
so
we speak,
and
like I
so are
say,
you. And so are everyone that resonates with this message are going to be protected automatically because they're changing their energy level.
Oh, very good. Very, very good. And we appreciate that. We really appreciate it. And I love it that they keep flying across the screen. And so
And
I saw one land
we
while
are
it was
there to
cranking.
keep this up. We are there to keep this up.
Oh,
So
excellent.
you have also to understand that when you're releasing this fear, you will not be able to go back again into that reality or in that perception of reality. You will not longer be able to connect to that fearful energy. When you discover it, it's gone. When you release it, it's gone forever and ever. They can even start challenge or put out message that there's going to be war, there's going to be conflict, and you will see right through that there's just try to keep you in this fear energy level, but you have to release it, and when you had released it, you will not be able to be scared anymore for that reality that you're trying to uh, project on you.
Understood. Are we? I think it's pretty obvious. We can see literally things that are happening on the planet that there is a huge shift and a huge change. A lot of people are worried when they hear soon and imminent coming from high vibrations like yourself, thinking that one day um, for us it's like 1,000 year. It's like 1,000 years to you. So I'm thinking that it's just going to take years and years and years for this process to happen. Whereas others are saying it's not going to take that much time for the vibration to rise and for as many the amount of people that it'll take to connect to the truth and embrace the truth and then be in a state of not being able to be influenced by the fear or anything. Is that a part of the shift that when the vibration rises so high, it helps us not to be so easily influenced by this negativity or this negative projection?
Still, for many of you, that it is not so obvious what is going on. For many of you are still living back in the belief system that you hold onto this planet for so long time. But many of you now is waking up and helping in that way to wake others up. It can take time for many of you to tap into the new reality, but it's futile to resist because it's going to happen anyway. So the quicker you release what you're holding on into your own soul's vibration in in the sense of fear and hatreds and lack of love, the longer it will take, of course. But it is going in a pace now that has not happening before in the humankind's history. So it's futile to resist, but it's better when you're tapping into this reality that is happening now. The quicker you do that, the quicker you will find love, the quicker you will tap into a higher vibration knowledge, the quicker you will feel fulfilled and not separated anymore. You, many of you are still living in a feeling of that you're separated from everything, and that has never been the truth. Never been the truth. You are all connected, and you need to understand and respect that. It's so important that you respect that you're all created equal. You're all created with a purpose, and the purpose is unconditional love.
Oh, very good. Very, very good. How is it that um, the individuals that physically manifest on the planet who are part of uh, we call them star seeds that are here to assist. There, you say there are lots. There are we're receiving lots of help, and we're receiving help from higher vibrational entities that we can't physically see with our third dimensional eyes. But how are the individuals who literally come to physically manifest on the planet with these missions, how are they chosen?
They were not chosen, they chose themselves to come back and manifest in your 3D reality to help you ascend to a higher vibration. They choose them themselves. And
So
they
we
are part
volunteer.
of different councils that just made a decision that this will be a good thing to try to boost this frequency racing that you're going through now.
And this process is happening on all of the uh, uh, what the 3D planets in the entire in the this solar system, or um,
There is
we
only
always
one planet in 3D reality in your solar system, but in the galaxy there are many places that are going through the same experience that you're doing because they are aligned in the same area in the universe now where this higher proton and photon energy is affecting you in a much higher frequency than it had before in your history.
very good. I was just listening the other day. So Earth in this solar system, but throughout the galaxies, I mean, I know we always ask for numbers, and I say the same thing every time. But how many would you? What's a number? Give us a number of how many literal planets are in this galaxy that are 3D planets. Just an estimate, because I heard the other day through a channeling that there's only like three, and I was like, that can't be. That sounds impossible.
No, but you have to understand that the perception of 3D can be very different. But when we're talking of 3D, we are talking about vibration in in a level of frequency, and it can be perceived very different on many planets. But
Understood.
there is holding on to this kind of frequency in many more planets than that. It's at least thousand thousands of planets going through this shift now.
Oh, excellent. And the people who volunteer, the entities that volunteer to come to these planets throughout this entire galaxy, and they are from. Are they from? Um, they're from higher dimensional, uh, either higher dimensional spaces that are within this galaxy, or are they coming from outside of the galaxy to help with this process?
Many of them are not coming from a special place. They are just relocated there in your reality, but they're holding a vibration in a way that they cannot be manifested on any other physical planet. They are just energy beings. They can be whatever they want and wherever they want.
Understood.
But you
Understood.
need to understand that in your galaxy now, you can if you divided up your galaxy in in parts, there is a big energy boost from the outside of your galaxy into the middle of the galaxy and through the middle of the galaxy also, that is going through this Ascension now. And it's just possible to do that now because you have to understand that on the timeline that you have been on this planet, your planet has moved a very small distance in the rotation around your galaxy center. It's have as long as the humanity been on this planet as you perceive it, it's just a little part of a timeline, and the planet has moved maybe a fifth of the rotation around the center of the galaxy.
Wow, that's interesting. I thought it was 225 million years that it would take the Earth to circle the entire uh, center of the galaxy. But I guess that's incorrect, huh?
It can take a little more than that because the
Okay. I
galaxy is
mean,
not rotating. The galaxy is rotating and you're rotating with it, so it takes longer time to do an orbit around in the galaxy. And you're also now merging together with another galaxy, a much smaller galaxy, but is taking part in a different place of your galaxy that than you are uh, located in now.
understood. Did you say we're merging with a smaller galaxy?
Yes,
Oh, wow. It,
you
would we?
you scientists know about this. You can search,
What what do
for
our
that
science?
knowledge.
What does our science call that galaxy? Is there a name? Well, I was curious.
The most of them just called it a small galaxy, but you can search for that. We have no
Very
name.
good.
We have not set any name on that.
Very good. So it's for the entities who decide to they see that there's a need and for because of the transition, and is there training that takes place, because we've Lars and I have been told that we've done this before over and over and over, and I've actually had sessions with people who say that they're in training to do this type of work in other places, and that's why they've come here during this particular time and in this particular place. And I'm just speaking about the Earth. I understand it's going on everywhere, but if we speak about Earth, then I know you said third dimension on all these different places is different and it's perceived different, but there has okay, let's just put it this way. Have Lars and I been trained in some type of fashion to come and do the type of work that we're doing now?
In a way, because you're tapping into the knowledge when you are in that different kind of councils that you're working in. When you are here in this council, you are tapping into the knowledge, and you are able to see what's going on and what's going to happen and what has happened before. So that's some kind of training, but not a physical training. It's just a mental.
Understood.
It's
Yes, exactly.
it's just to expand your knowledge, and that you can do for many years yet. And you're doing that every time you participate in the council, or like we like to call them, communities.
So, say for instance, this particular council that we're communicating with now, the Council of Orion, the Council of Nine in Orion, as is Lars and Hank and myself, are we members or a part of this community of this particular nine?
Of course.
So there is an expression of myself that's there in that council,
Yes.
and an expression of Lars as well.
Yes. You are participating in this council, otherwise, we cannot communicate with you now. You are here.
Ah, very good. Very, very good. So it's been, it's quite interesting when this is the second time that we were able to connect with the 15th dimension. Um,
You're
I
doing
have,
that all the time, all the time.
oh, okay.
But you
And
are
so
not
some,
always aware of it, but you're doing that all the time.
okay. And this particular council, of course, you stated you called Orion, and that's understood. Uh, there's a young lady, her name is Krista Raya, and she um, channels the Council of Orion. Is this? I feel so drawn to this young lady when I listen to her. Her message is always so pure, and there's such an incredible innocence about her when I listen to her. Uh, is she a part of this council as well, please?
Of course.
Ah, very good. Very, very good.
You have to understand, even if we say nine, you are all participate in this council because all is one.
That's understood. But when you say nine, as a human being, we think one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. And so nine entities standing there. And I know those nine entities are probably multitudinous people, multitudinous expressions throughout the universe. And that's understood as well. So that makes sense, though.
Yes,
Uh,
because you have to understand that every entity in this council have a different purpose and holding a different frequency just to be able to affect that different areas in maybe your reality, in another way on other planets and in other realities also, because you just see a very small portion of what's going on, but as you're ascending, you're getting tapped in to what's going on in a much higher frequency, and you are going to perceive it as you express that you're feeling when you listen to this lady, that you're getting feelings that she is solid and honest and original, and that is the way you're getting confirmation what you're doing is correct.
Hopefully soon she and I will actually be doing a session together. I just got connected by someone who's connected with her about doing one of these. I That'll be very exciting, very, very exciting. And thank you very much for sharing that, because it's very much appreciated. Um,
That was the purpose.
very good. We've been throughout this time period that people are becoming aware of the ascension of the planet Earth and this whole galaxy, the universe. Uh, we, in our linear perspective here on Earth, we're always there's blood moons and particular solstices. There's particular alignments in the stars that have very powerful which energetic signatures that really push and motivate the process. We were given August 13th through the 28th. Some of my most respected channelers, Patricia Cotta Robles, Susan Lai, and I've been listening to a young lady named Christine Preston, and they've been speaking about time, and even Lars in one of these sessions, and I think it was probably with your group that they said, and I know you're all one, we're all one, the time frame between the 13th and the 28th of August, and that's this very next month. And Lars was also saying in his meditations he's been getting from the month of July, this month, and next month, and months are 30 days, 31 days at the most. what is the significance? They're saying that the third wave of humans who are unaware of what's going on the planet, which is a huge majority of the people who aren't aware, that they would become aware within that time frame. Could you elaborate or impart any information on us about this time frame, the 13th through the 28th? Um,
We can tell you this much that there is going to be a big release of energy, a big release of a boost in the right direction for your ascension to a higher reality and frequency. We cannot go in on particular areas. We will just say that in that timeline there's going to be a big release and understanding that affecting so many more of you than earlier.
Excellent. And thank you very much for sharing that. Um, we appreciate anything that we can get. Um, One of the questions that Lars was speaking about here on this particular planet, we have a monetary system. In exchange for this, you give a dollar or you give money, and then we're able to buy goods or what have you, things that sustain us or what have you. Is the monetary system that we have set up on this particular planet, is it affecting this process? Is it holding us back in any way?
Yes, it had a big impact on every person on this planet you're living because the purpose has been for many years now to locate the flow of money, the flow of resources in one way. And it cannot be in that way because you're draining out the masses to, to give it to the few in the elite. And that is also kept you in fear and in control. So it's an a obvious attempt from them to control you. And it's now possible for you to change that flow in the monetary system. It's not only in your country, it's many places. And because you are now, there is now people with the right kind of energy coming forward to explain what is needed to release that thing, that purpose going on. They are revealing it, and the more of you that understand that, the more of you can get together and change it to the beneficiary of the masses and not only for the few.
We have some high profile individuals, politicians such as Bernie Sanders and Ron Paul, who have been putting that information forward. Um, and
I have tried that for many, many years, but I have not yet had the platform to get through to the masses, but now they have.
uh, and there's this photonic area that we're going through, which is light, and we consider light information. And as the information flows into each individual consciousness, it expands them and allows them to have the ability to take in more information or to see things for what they really are. Is that what this light does? What light does?
That's correct, yes.
Very good.
It's releasing a lot of low frequency and it's replaced with a high frequency with this which is opening your eyes to see it in a different light, so to speak.
Excellent. Excellent.
And
Here's a
it accelerating in a higher frequency and higher rate.
This process that this entire galaxy and maybe the universe is going through, as far as what's going on the earth and maybe on all of these other places, this, like you said earlier, you said the vibration that is on the planet earth is higher than it has ever been in all its creation. First
Yes.
of all, is that correct? Is what you said and what you said?
Yes.
And
The
when
humanity on the planet has not been a higher frequency earlier in your history.
Interesting. So when a majority of the people are focused and tuned with this energy, that's what we humans are calling the ascension process. What's going on, I've been told, it's been said over and over and over, has never happened before, that we are going to make this process with our physical bodies. What can you elaborate on that or clarify, if you would please?
We can tell you this much that the planet has been in a higher frequency, but then it was not, there were no, as you perceive now, as a humanity on this planet then. It was
Okay, understood.
it was long time back when the frequency was higher, and there was entities on the planet, but they were not in that human form that you see yourself now. It was
Understood.
in a total different frequency. You have tapped into some of that history, and you're giving them different names like Atlantis or
Numeria.
yeah, but they were not human in that form that you are now.
Interesting.
They were humanoids that tried to settle here, but when they settled here, their own frequency raised in a higher frequency that the planet was able to do, and because of that, they had to desert this place.
You said they had to desert the place.
Yes.
And that were that particular group that came in, were they the ones that built the pyramids and a lot of the ancient ruins all over the planet?
Some of the things you can find on the planet are related back to that, but you are not totally correct there. But the knowledge were coming out of that reality. The knowledge how to do different things was tapped out of that frequency that was lingering on your planet from this.
Understood. Yes, understood. Excellent. We thank you for that. And here and yet at the end of this question, or just to click, the most important part of the question is, they say that in this process that we're going through now, when we're looking at it from the other side and we're in total unity consciousness and the Christ consciousness is what we call it here, that we what will that look like? Are we going to be able to make this shift with our physical bodies intact? Yes or no?
Yes, if you choose to.
You say yes if you choose to. So, say for instance, I'm here and now, and we go through this process. Say if it happens, the epic or the pinnacle, or when it actually makes, say, the total shift, and is the shift, will we be then fifth dimensional beings
And higher.
and fifth dimensional and higher? Do they hold a physical form fifth dimensionally?
Yes.
A fist, and that means they would. So, say for instance, if Lars was here, I would be able to physically give him a hug in my fifth dimensional body.
Yes.
Oh, very interesting.
But you
And
also
in
have to know that you're tapped into a higher knowledge as you ascend also. And now you're bound. to this physical body you're holding on to. But when you tap into the higher frequency, you can choose a total other direction of the work you're doing because you know then how it's work. You can choose to leave the body behind and go to a total other reality in total other frequency and level. And when you do that,
Understood.
you don't have to drag this body behind. But
So, say for instance,
if you want to stay here, you can do that in this manifestation you have now.
and say for instance, if we decided to stay here with these physical manifestations that we have, we could still visit the other places, but our body would be left behind, and we could then bilocate to these other places.
You're then doing something that you call out of body experience, yes.
Okay, very good. Understood. And those who decide to actually stay here with the planet, with Gaia, in her, as when she's made it back to where she originates from, would we have the ability to teleport with our physical bodies to like really break our molecules down and then reassemble them on the other side of the planet? That was a question that we were having with Dolores Cannon, and I was having with a subscriber, that particular question.
That is a matter
Okay.
of understanding technology, and it's not a matter of mental state, it's a matter of technology. But
Okay.
there is no use for that for you when you understand how it works together. That's you don't need to drag your body with you on the other side of the planet because you are there mentally, and and your soul are there, and you can perceive that you are in a body if you want to, but you are not going to be able to transport that without a special technology that you will not be able to tap into in that
So
reality.
basically, okay, understood. So basically, this particular process that we're going through, we keep hearing that it's never happened before, and it's something that has never been seen or never experienced before. It's something that Prime Creator has, it's something that he's developed and developing, and at one point when he's finished, so to speak, through the process. Of course, it's probably already done, but through our process of experiencing it, um, it has never been done or seen before, but I guess it has been if you already know exactly what it's going to look like on the other side of this process.
It
Is
hasn't
it?
it hasn't on your planet, but the knowledge about it has been known for millions of years. How
Uh,
to and how it's perceived and feels has been known for millions of years. You have to understand that your humanity is very young, very, very young uh, manifestations, but these have been manifested on many different places in the universe, and they are millions of years in front of you in form of technology and development.
Understood. Excellent response. Thank you very, very much. That has clarified a lot, a lot, a lot. And of course, that's why we're here and we do this, to bring as much light to those who will listen in as we possibly can. And of course, we're very appreciative for this information. And
We also want to present for you that when you raise your frequency, you are able to tap into knowledge that you never have been able to tap into before. And it's going to be so obvious for you that, okay, now I understand, because you have been limited in your soul in this reality, but the knowledge has been there for millions of years. And then you're going to be able to tap in a total different level of understanding that you're perceiving now.
that's excellent. Now, whereas humanity within itself is very young, but those, I would ask, those who come in, who have volunteered to come in to help with this process, Um, those entities are possibly millions and millions of years old and are very familiar with the what happens beyond this shift.
Yes. And you
Oh,
understand that all that you call light workers, all that you call indigo children, and all that labels you put on them, come into this reality in a higher frequency that you have been able to hold on to. That's why they are able to tap into knowledge and spread it to your masses on your planet. That's why they choose to manifest it here on the planet, because they have the knowledge and able to tap into the knowledge what's needed for you to ascend to a higher frequency. And they're doing the work in many different areas. Some doing work with art, some doing work with healing, and they're doing that because they understand what is needed to be done to help you in this ascension.
such as Lars and myself.
Exactly, you're doing your work just now in the way you decided that it would be a benefit for the humanity. And
Excellent.
you reaches out to many, and it's growing exponentially in a higher and higher and a higher rate.
Excellent. How is Lars's body doing now?
We have done some work on him, but it's just fine.
In these processes, is it able are because is it able to am I able to it almost sounds like a dumb question. To how are you doing work? Do you work on me when we're in these sessions as well?
If needed, yes.
Well,
We
if
do
I
that.
do,
We do that
I,
even if you're not in the session, because you are connected to us in a dream state or in a meditation or in other type of connections.
when I'm being creative, I would say maybe.
You're doing a lot of work when you're connected with your higher self, and then you're able to do this process on yourself by healing. But we are in a collective way controlling the work you're doing. Not,
Excellent.
not controlling in altering it in any way, but just overlook
Helping
what.
to facilitate it.
Say again.
I said helping to facilitate it.
Yes, in a way.
Okay. I know that this is a question for Lars, or maybe even a request. I'm sure you can see what's transpiring in his life and as well as mine, and we um, oh, excuse me.
He have the knowledge of what he is needed to do to expand the work he decided to do, and he's talking to you about his ideas because it's needed, because you are also in that same frequency as he is, and he just wanted to connect back to you that his thought is on the right path, and you are relating back to him that you think it will be a good thing for him to work in different areas, because it's something you decided together in the community where you receded from.
Very good. I mean, you just really honestly read my mind. Um,
You asked
and
the
I was
question.
literally,
You asked the question, and you
well,
didn't
I
know.
didn't ask, but you just relayed it. And but when I was burping, wow, I was thinking of it, but I was burping. But I literally kept thinking of it, and instantly, as if I said it out loud, you just answered it. And I just love when
When
that
you're
thing happens.
thinking about it, we hear it.
Yes,
Yeah.
excellent. I can tell because there's some things I don't give Lars all of the questions that I have. Oh wow, man! I'm I just want to say I'm very appreciative to the light entities that keep showing themselves throughout this video. Um, that looked like a streak of lightning. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing. And so
It's a way of confirming the validity of the work you do. Also.
we're very happy for that. We are very, very, very happy for that. Man, you answered some of the most incredible questions I could possibly think of. And I'm happy I even found the words to express those questions. Um, well, I don't have any. Well, of course, I do have more questions, but I can just tell my battery is low on this device that I'm using, so we're gonna have to pull out of this here. If there's anything else that you'd like to share before we do, and I would just like to say before you share that, we are grateful and we are thankful, and we send unconditional love throughout the entire universe. To help usher on this process.
We want to say that use any means to tap into your inner purpose, to get knowledge of what you're holding on to that is not longer necessary to hold on to. It's now necessary to release a lot of fear and anger and what you call karma. It's so necessary for you to release. So use whatever method resonate with you to do that. Do it in a session like this. Do it in meditation, in yoga, or whatever you need to do. Go to a healer. Use any necessary means to tap into yourself. But you can also do it in a singularity person in your own home, in your sofa, but it need to be quiet around you to be able to listen to the right side you say on your brain, because it's so important now for this to manifest. Very important.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm sure everyone who hears this message will take that to heart. And I'd like for Lars to slowly drift and float away from this scene, back through the door. And as you gently come back, your vibration is slowly lowering to a normal rate. And I'm asking all the entities that we spoke to recede to where they belong with much love and thanks for the information that has been giving Lars and to all those who listen. And we are all going to really appreciate it, I know. And I want the entities from that we were speaking to recede to where they belong with much love and thanks that they've given us. And remember the things that you are watching are from the forever moment of now, and they belong in the now, and we leave them in the now. We only bring them forward as a curiosity to learn from, to have information from, to apply to this present lifetime. And in that way, they are valuable and have importance. But as Lars listens to the recording and goes over the material and puts it into place, It will not bother him in any way, mentally or physically. That is very important. It will not bother him in any way, mentally or physically. Now, I want all the consciousness and personality of the Lars to once again return and integrate back into this body completely. Now, all the consciousness and personality of Lars is integrating back into this body, replacing all the other parts we were speaking to. In a few moments, when you come fully back into consciousness, you're going to adjust internally in whatever way is needed to allow for the realignment of all aspects of your multidimensional selves with ease. And as you do this, you're going to become increasingly aware of a wonderful sense of balance and equilibrium at a very deep cellular level of awareness. Your body delights in this new inner balance and will continue this adjusting in the most comfortable and easy ways so that you are increasingly feeling better and better moment by moment. And as you breathe deeply now, you aid the body with this new self assuredness, and all your internal organs and systems adjust in a new way to bring you the most positive sense of well being. And this feels great. This now incorporates a natural and pleasant unity with your inner and outer feelings. And day by day, you feel more refreshed and in great spirits. In fact, you feel terrific. Tonight, you will sleep deeply and peacefully, and your body will continue making any adjustments needed at all levels of your being so that you have no need to be aware of how this transpires, allowing you a greater sense of increasing well being and inner joy. These suggestions become deeply embedded and remain with you long after you leave me today, and they will continue to help you make the changes that you wish to make. Now I want Lars to move up, up, up through time and space and orient yourself back into the present day and time. This is July 4th, 2016. You're lying on your sofa and you just had a very interesting experience. And I want you to remember that the present life you are living now is the most important life of all because it is the one you are focused on at the present time. Any information we find in this way is valuable, but it will not bother you in any way, mentally or physically. And as you understand it and put it into place, that is very important. It will not bother you in any way. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to 10. And on a count of 10, you'll be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over, as though you've had a nice nap, a nice sleep. You will feel truly rested and refreshed. And anytime you do anything like this, it will always be an enjoyable experience. Now follow me up as we go on. And on a count of 10, you'll be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. 1, 2, you're beginning to breathe a little faster. You're beginning to wake up now. Your blood is beginning to circulate a little faster. You're becoming 3, 4, becoming aware of your body, aware of your physical body, very much aware. You can move your arms and your legs around. You're getting everything moving again. 5, 6, you're becoming aware of the sounds in the room, the sounds outside of the room. You're very much aware of your physical surroundings. You're oriented back here in this time, in this place, and you're beginning to wake up now. Take a long, slow, deep breath. Inhale. You're coming up very nicely, very nicely. 9, 10, wide awake, feeling wonderful all over.